Together, let's embark on a scientific exploration of yoga, where you are the scientist, your heart is the laboratory, and you are the outcome.
Good morning and hearty namaskars to all of you. Welcome to Asta Bhajan channel. We have lots and lots of questions to tackle. One question that I have received, it says that any form of addiction is not good. This year, I have been getting more and more into yoga, meditation, and yogic philosophies. The more I learn, the more I want to learn more. Is there such a thing as positive addiction? How is this explained in terms of addiction and balance in life? All my free time I spend on this knowledge. This is from Jyoti Raheja, Orlando, United States. Well, what would you prefer? Negative addiction, drugs, etc.? Or would you prefer positive? Truly, this is a positive form of addiction, but it is more enlightening. When you're addicted to negative things, it makes your system, the entire system, heavy. Often, you remain guilt ridden. It increases your burden. It somehow slows down your thinking also. Interact with such drug addicts and you will know how they suffer because of this negative addiction. Positive addiction like bhakti, meditation, yoga, exercise, reading books, these are all exhilarating. They make your whole consciousness lighter. They make you wander into unknown. At the same time, it makes your system, the entire system, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, absolutely lighter. So it's a great way of selecting your habits. And these are the habits that cultivates our destiny. So indirectly or directly, when we adopt good habits, we are creating our own positive destiny. You select negative addiction, negative habits, you end up having negative destiny where you suffer a lot. With positive addiction, you simply evolve and you are opening yourself to greater and greater levels of happiness. Life improves. We have another question. Manishji Bhardwaj from Nepal. Pranams, Daaji. I have one confusion about consciousness. Our full body is conscious due to consciousness of the soul, is it? That's one question. While meditation, what moves from one point or one chakra to another chakra? What is it that actually moves? Okay, this is a very fundamental question. That what is this consciousness, what is the soul, and how our body operates under this influence of consciousness. Also, what is it that moves from one chakra to another chakra, what we call a spiritual yatra. It moves from one pilgrim center to another pilgrimage center. Well, consciousness, in short, it's all about our awareness. To what extent an individual is aware. Ipso facto, when you believe in awareness, there is also unawareness, extent of our unawareness. For example, unawareness of a stone and awareness of a highly evolved saint. So there is a whole spectrum of consciousness. Now, consciousness is not everything. Of course, it's a beautiful thing to be aware of so many things in life. good, bad, everything. Everything can contribute towards our own evolution. But one wonders, my Guruji used to say that just as children they play around with toys, their busy period is playing around with toys. They enjoy through toys. As we grow, become teenagers and adults, romance, preoccupation with romance. That is the driving force of your existence at that age. Later on, as you try to become more and more yogic, then too you are playing around with something. May not be toys, may not be romance, but you play with consciousness. You are always hankering after Satchit and Anand, but there is something greater. Do we ever wonder what is it that supports consciousness? We should be looking for that rather than hunting for consciousness. And as you have rightly put, that it is the soul that supports this consciousness. Well, when we ponder over all these things and what is it that moves from one chakra to another? Is it the soul that moves? Is it the energy that moves from one level to another level? I would say none of that. When we are practicing yoga, especially meditation, and with the help of this pranavati, as the path between two chakras gets cleaned up because of this flow of transmission, automatically, because of this cleaning, as the weeds from the path or the darkness from the path is removed, you are able to perceive what is at the next level. So our awareness stretches there. For example, think for a moment there's a candle. In front of this candle, you put one light. I'm sorry. In front of this candle, let's put one blue glass. You will see emitting of blue light. You put yellow glass, you put pink glass, you put green glass, and you put all kinds of colors of glasses in front of it. And at the end of it, what will you see? Hardly any light coming out of it. That is the condition of our soul. We have developed or acquired so many layers around the souls that the originality is not felt or perceived. But as one layer is removed, automatically at the end you will be able to perceive a light better. If you remove 2 layers, 3 layers, 4 layers, and as the layers are dropping little by little, dissolving little by little, you are able to see things clearer and clearer as these layers are removed. That is why the importance of cleaning in heartfulness way. Pranahuti helps us to get rid of all these layers at the same time prepare the path. And because of this, let us say when you're here, the soul resides in our heart. Heart is the seat of the soul. You can find all this back, or you can find all this knowledge backing this particular fact that heart is the seat of the soul from Gita and various Upanishads. Our own experience shows that too, that the soul resides in our heart, see, the spiritual heart. Now, when we move from this particular chakra to Atma chakra, this movement is not physical movement. It is because something has been removed on the path, the spiritual path, and the next chakra becomes easily available. And as the next chakra also blooms, blooming is because you are removing the dirt, grossness, complexities, impurities. And automatically, when you remove something, it automatically blooms. It is like a diamond. which is covered with so much of charcoal, so much of dirt and filth. As you wash, clean it, it becomes purer and shinier. Same thing happens with our inner system, chakras. So, in short, nothing moves, things are as they are, but our visibility increases. Mr. Bhardwaj, I understand you're from Nepal. How well can you see Everest from Nepal, from where you are? There are days when Everest is visible. There are days you just cannot see it. The day when you are able to see it, do you move there? No. It is simply that the visibility has increased. You are able to perceive it. Similarly, our awareness, like our vision, perceives things, and you find closeness to it when you perceive things. So I hope I have answered you to your satisfaction. Thank you for this lovely question. Now we have another question from Sekarji, Hyderabad. What is the training that is given by heartfulness trainers? How does it happen? How do I prepare for it? Is it imperative to my practice of heartfulness? So you have really asked so many questions. Number one is, what is the training that is given by heartfulness trainers? Well, training is always about preparation. Whenever we want to plant something in a farm, what do? We first plow it, prepare the ground, and then sow the seeds. Heartfulness way also, I think, adopts a similar principle of nature, where you plow the field of spirituality, your heart, clean it as best as you can, and then sow the seed of spirituality, of divinity in the heart. Nourish it. In the farm, we nourish it with water and fertilizer. Heart, the spiritual heart, is nourished with our devotion, our love, and total dedication. Many things are taught, not only how to practice meditation, it also includes how to do the cleaning so that these layers that are blocking my total awareness, my consciousness, can be removed. So one day I am able to see the heights of spirituality, you see. One is able to experience the spirituality. Here with heartfulness, the training is mainly about how to experience. Though there is some level of knowledge, but we do strongly believe that knowledge, though it can inspire, but it is not everything. Just as you are aware of knowledge of food, for example, reading a book on food or reading a menu on food is not going to help you solve the problem of hunger or even thirst. You'll have to actually partake food. This is nourished through pranahuti. That's why from the first meditation onward, you feel as if you are born in a different world right after the first meditation. And your second question is, how does it happen? So it happens because of this magic between the openness of the spiritual seeker and the generosity of God. When a guru of caliber can transmit the essence of God, called pranahuti, into the heart of a seeker, spiritual seeker, this magic happens. Unless your heart opens up, nothing can happen. See? If I have to experiment something, I don't have to believe in anything, but at least I have to be at a neutral juncture. I should not be opposing it nor favoring it, but like a scientist, I observe what is the effect of it on my consciousness, on my being, and take it further from that. See, moment I say I believe in something without any basis, this is a blind faith. But this blind faith will not serve you all your life. When you start doubting, that is the day that blind faith will leave supporting you. So it is good to have faith or saddha based on your own conviction arising out of your personal experience. And this personal experience is made possible with the help of trainers or capable gurus. Your next question is, Vikarji, is it imperative to my practice of heartfulness? Well, if you want to try to smell rose, you'll have to take a rose or the flower of rose or the essence of rose or the oil of rose, isn't it? If you want to inhale jasmine, you'll have to have jasmine in your hand or the oil from jasmine. In order to practice heartfulness, you'll have to practice heartfulness. There is no other choice. Heartfulness has a very specific methodology, which is to meditate on the heart, thinking of the presence of the divine light in the heart that is there. The magic happens because of the trainer's interference or the support through this pranahuti. It is the pranahuti that makes our meditation experientiable. Without that, I doubt how deeper you can go into meditation, how high you can reach out into superconsciousness. It becomes a challenging job, see. For ordinary folks like us, we need to have support of a capable guru. If you are really master of your own mind and your own consciousness, then I must say you have arrived home and you don't need any practice nor any guru. So, to evolve in some way, you need some practice. Your heart will tell you whether this is right for me or not. You should be able to judge from your heart. So, thank you everyone for submitting so many questions. I am still not finished with these questions, and we'll see how we can launch our new programs. But I would not go into it until we have completely finished with these questions. So let's all meditate as usual. You all know how to meditate, and perhaps some of you do not really know how to meditate and joining us for the first time. This is how we meditate. Heartfulness way of meditation, it's very simple. Feel relaxed. Remove all the distractions if you might have. Something like phones. And focus on the presence of divine light in our heart. Think that this divine light is attracting your attention inward. And retain this thought as long as you can. If by chance you happen to move away from this noble idea, when you're overwhelmed by so many thoughts, just remind yourself that right now I am meditating on the presence of divine light. Please start meditation. बस कीजिए, that's all. Thank you for this lovely question.